Another day, another brand new auditor, which is such a beautiful sight to see. Now, it is true that this guy isn't entirely well versed on what he's supposed to do when dealing with the police, but then again, even some of the best auditors out there mess up from time to time. We're all human after all, nobody's perfect. And the same does go for cops in that regard, and speaking of which, the main focus of this video is going to be that this is direct proof that one of the biggest problems that we see with cops in America is the fact that they are either undertrained or mistrained. Such as these police officers in East Lansing, Michigan, who decide to detain this man to get his identification in order to trespass him from a local business, i.e. being in violation of Jesuits v. State. Not to take anything we say as legal advice, of course. And we're going to be looking at this from the perspective of the body cam footage that was provided on YouTube. We sincerely hope you all enjoy our commentary on this, and with that being said, let's roll the tape, shall we? And take note of the phone call that's issued to the police right before they show up.
Hi, yes, I'm calling from Jolly Pumpkin. I don't know if we can do anything about this, but there's a gentleman out front of my restaurant who is recording all of my guests that are in my patio. I'd asked him to stop, and my guests are like putting menus in front of their faces as they don't want me recorded or pictures taken, and he will not stop.
Okay, is he still there now?
Yes, he said he was doing an investigation, but couldn't tell me any information on it. So I said if he couldn't stop it, I'd see if I could.
Okay, and where is he currently in the store?
He's not in the store, he's outside. He's right in front of
that
like,
part
my
is
patio
very
outside.
important to keep in mind right there. She
Okay.
admitted on the
And you're
phone
still
that the
recording
guy's
the customer?
outside.
Hey, what's up? Good, yourself?
Good. So we just got a call from Jolly Pumpkin here saying that they don't want you to videotape in this area right here.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have your ID on you?
Am I committing a crime?
So they just want you to be moved along from the premises.
Okay.
Have you been trespassing?
I'm not even on their property.
So this is Jolly Pumpkin's property right here.
The public sidewalk is their property? I mean, they clearly broke off what they're using.
This is for seating right here.
This is... Hey, what's up,
Do
bro?
you mind if I see your ID?
No
Have I
private
done something
establishment can own a public
They just want
sidewalk.
you moved along, so we don't know if
It would make no sense for that to happen. Unless they own the entire block, but then again, they still gotta give some kind of public right-of-way.
No.
I'm not trying to make it hard for you at all.
I'm not trying to either. I just really believe that I'm on public property, not their property, and therefore I'm not committing a crime. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm taking pictures in public, which is a First Amendment right. Therefore, I shouldn't be. It shouldn't be ID. I shouldn't be trespassed. I shouldn't be anything. I don't. This is where I'm at. I mean,
yeah, I understand. Ultimately, they just don't want you on their property anymore because it can kind of make other people feel uncomfortable in the area. It's making staff feel uncomfortable.
to stop the trespass,
Hearing nothing but
I'll
feelings.
move down to the end of
That's all I'm hearing.
their barrel. And then it's confusing to me, but then I'm off their property even though it's public sidewalk, right?
And look at, you see all that cop in the far right side, right? He's going in to solicit a trespass. Officer Surman, he is the infamous star of this video, as you're about to see. It's pretty obvious as to why. You'll find out soon enough.
Hi. Are you the one that called on him? Okay. You want him trespassed?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, of course.
All right, my man. You got your ID on you?
Have I broken the law?
No, they want you trespassed, so therefore we have the right to ID.
I have a right to leave then, right?
No. You are now being detained because you are
Jesuits v. State.
I need to identify you before you're trespassed. In order to write you, your trespass notice.
That's good that you took the glasses off, man.
This part we'll talk a little more about later.
So you're going to trespass me from this sidewalk?
Yeah, you want me to. What's that? No, you're trespassing from this establishment.
But I'm not in the establishment.
They have the right to trespass you.
I've never been on their property.
They have the right to trespass you.
So I can stay here.
The sidewalk is public.
So I can stay here.
You have a
You're
First
just
Amendment right.
trespassing me from walking
Correct.
inside.
Correct.
Okay. No.
You're trespassing.
If the field house across the street calls you and says they want me trespassed because I'm on a sidewalk, you're going to do it?
Sure.
So anybody,
I highly doubt
you
that
can trust
that's...
anybody off of
I
the sidewalk.
highly doubt that Fieldhouse would call and have you trespass just because you're standing on a sidewalk.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's how trespassing works.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
But that's being proved wrong.
Yeah, don't you have to go on their property first? Okay, so in this next part, Officer Surman, the guy who detains this man in order to get his identification, he ends up calling his supervisor in order to find out whether or not he was in the right to get that man's identification to have him trespassed. And as he's doing that, take a look at this text right here. Officer Brennan Surman, LinkedIn info, dedicated, hardworking, and knowledgeable graduate student at Michigan State University pursuing an MS, a master's degree, in law enforcement intelligence and analysis. Currently a police officer with the East Lansing Police Department. Graduated from Michigan State University in May of 2022 with a BA in both criminal justice and psychology, along with a minor in law, justice, and public policy. Assuming this to be true from this guy's LinkedIn page, this should prove to us once again that cops are either undertrained or mistrained on the law and our rights. In my humble opinion, the way this guy came off, he didn't come off as malicious. I really do think that Officer Surman came off as completely ignorant. I genuinely believe that he could be a good cop if he actually got the proper training on figuring out when he's supposed to get people's identification, i.e. probable cause or reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime, and not when that person is being trespassed from a private establishment. But yeah, this cop is poorly trained, and we really hope he gets better training on the Constitution. That being said, let's take a look at what happens when the supervisor shows up. Oh, and also, this is what he had to tell the manager there after he called his supervisor.
So what has he been doing the whole time? As he came inside, as he came up to the door?
No, he's been where he was at, but he's recording all of my guests, and they're putting like menus on their faces, and he will not stop recording them, and they keep telling me to stop, and he will not stop.
Okay.
He told me he was doing an investigation, but couldn't tell me anything about anything, and he will not stop. And I said, okay, I'm ready to call the police, see what's going on. He's like, do you think the police will stop me? I said, I guess I'll find out.
Okay. So...
It's not my property, I can't get the trespassing, right?
So it's kind of a gray line because he's right in front of your establishment, but he never entered it. But the sidewalk is public property. I'm going to have another chat with my sergeant and see. I am kind of also trying to mediate between you and between him and trying to find, like, if he can just move a block down so that he's done bothering you and then he doesn't have to be trespassed. That would be...
He simply told me he will not stop recording, so he's not going to stop recording. All my guests have been uncomfortable, and that's
Okay.
not good for my business, obviously, or my guests.
Okay.
So,
All right. Okay.
Can I answer any questions for you?
How am I being trespassed off a property I never
No,
stepped
we're
foot
not-
on?
we're not trespassing.
That's what they told me, and that's what they used to get my ID from me.
No, we're not going to trespass. We're making
Oh,
sure
it was
we're
just
inside,
getting my
so-
ID. I
No,
told.
well, we just...
We're not a stop and ID state. I was breaking no law. They
Well,
told me I had to.
We're not trespassing so you can go inside.
No, but you broke my
Establishment
Fourth Amendment
thought-
right.
That establishment thought you were on their property.
No, they didn't.
That's what they told them.
And I told it, and during the investigation, I clearly stated where I was.
Well, private
I even
private
offered to walk down there.
Private establishments. Private establishments can
No, but I do like them. Have a good day.
private establishments can trespass you. Correct?
If I'm on their property.
And private establishments can trespass
If I'm on their property, correct? Right. So you should have never even talked to me. When you see me driving by, went, oh wow, that's guys in public
So yes,
taking
I went,
pictures.
how do I know?
Can I have my ID back?
Can we find a way to mediate this where there's not an issue between you and Jolly Pumpkin?
Arrest me.
Why would you want that to happen? Why would I want to do that?
Well, as of right now, I mean, that's the only way you're going to get me to leave. If you want to arrest me for being on public property, and then you can appease their feelings, make them feel better.
That's not my goal. That's not my
Well, it's not my goal either.
Okay, so that's why I'm asking.
Asking me what?
Can we be adults about this, and can we mediate to where they're happy and you're not recording their customers, and you just move down the block, down to that tree.
Yeah, can we do something like appease everybody else because of their feelings, like move down the sidewalk so that nobody gets angry at us? Do you see the problem? The very moment auditors start doing that is the moment that everybody's going to be able to remove them from any kind of public place. And then the next thing you know, the whole purpose of a First Amendment auditor cop watch, which is to educate the public on the law and our rights, is completely defeated. We the people are not meant to kowtow to other people's feelings. And as far as Livingston Audit's giving up his identification the way he did, I mean, yes, the cops did detain him and demand his identification in order to trespass him, but what he should have done first was ask him if he'd be arrested if he refused to identify. Because then, if they told him yes, he would be arrested, then he would have grounds for a lawsuit. But of course my primary point still stands, in the fact that cops in America, just like Officer Surman, simply just don't get enough training, or they are mistrained. And like I said, I really do think he could have been a good cop if he actually got proper training on the law and our rights. He's gone through so many classes in Police Academy and Michigan State University, with a whole bunch of degrees in all these places, and he still doesn't understand the Constitution and the Fourth Amendment, as well as the 3 different types of police encounters, as well as Jesuits v. State. But I think that's going to do it for this video. What are all of your thoughts on this? Please do let us know in the comments down below, and make sure you go subscribe to Livingston Audits, make sure to give him all the love and support you feel he deserves, and let him know the Recognizing Your Rights sent you. Don't forget to also check out in the description down below the body cam and dash cam that we recommend in order to help you when dealing with police encounters or any general everyday life. That being said, we the people, thank you once again for watching, and never stop loving the Constitution.